how is the future of management education in the digital world? And this is from one of the top colleges you named just now, So, and these are colleges who are really blending online and offline all together. Because a lot of colleges are now seeing opportunities, globally also. The best brand names are now going global at Indian prices. Big Indian universities, business schools are now going global. A lot of them are getting into conversions, mixing cases, live projects like the Wellinkar Media Program. It's a mixture of theory and experience and cases put together. So they want to know what is the future, and this is from an educationist point of view. What do business schools, universities do now for the future?
I think, first of all, I think what they must do is that their current education needs to have some kind of view from an industry practitioner. So what happens is that, let's say, if I go to an MBA class today, right, they will still teach me the 4 Ps. I'm not saying that the 4 Ps are not important, right? But the fact of the matter is that in the world of internet, to a certain extent, a lot of those 4 Ps have sort of lost their way, right? Because today, pricing can be freemium where things are free. There is no specific place. Right? Product also, there are 60,000 different variations of products one can do because depending on how much price you're willing to pay. But more important than that, right? I have this theory of something called pipe and personalization. That means you build a pipe with the customers that you have, and then you keep on personalizing your communication with them. So now I'm just saying that while you're teaching the 4 Ps, which is probably important and critical because it sets the base for when you're learning marketing, but then having that idea from a guy like me who deals with these guys who are the CEOs of large companies who are spending hundreds of crores on advertising and marketing every year, and I'm not going to go to them and say, listen, please give me this project because I will give you a 4P strategy, right? He's going to come to me because I'm going to tell him the 2P strategy, which is pipe and personalization, and I'm going to talk to him how to connect acquisition to CRM and how to exist and prosper in a digital world. So I think it's very, very critical that conventional MBA colleges, whether they're online or offline, they look at almost every single part of their business, get hundreds of people like me, even if you do a recording, right? So after your 4 Ps are done, you have a 20-minute recording of mine, you have a 20-minute recording of you for something, and hundreds of other people. And then that 20 minutes recording is played in a classroom or played online, which gives a different view. And not only this, right? There are 20 people like me giving their views. So, I'm doing the Harvard course right now. For every course that the professor is teaching, there is something on optional video. The optional video is, if you want to go deeper, you want to have a different view to the same problem, there is an optional video that you can see. So I think it's very critical that we need to sort of amplify current education with industry where they are today. Based on that itself, I think they will grow the MBA courses. But I think if they don't do that and everybody ends up teaching only that, then it's going to be a challenge for them. So what's going to happen is that there is only a certain limit of people whom you can take in a physical classroom. Especially like when you take a esteemed institution like Wellinkar, 10,000 people apply to you, you are able to give admission to only 10 of them. So the rest, 9,990 of them can't get admission into Wellinkar, the management program, right? So they don't have a choice. Now the thing is, you would like the same professor giving a lot of people who could not get into that top 1% or top 0.1% access to that professor, right? Access to that education. So I think online will amplify your physical presence. So I think what will happen is that if you take, I'm doing this course in Harvard, right? Why am I doing it in Harvard? Why not some other guy? Because the thing is that the best professor, in fact, the ironical thing is that this course is taught by, Professor Clay Christensen. He passed away in Jan 2020. Yeah. It means if I really wanted to do it and I could go to Harvard class, I still couldn't do it because he's no more in this world. But he's teaching me innovation and he's teaching me digital disruptions, right? Disruption. He's the guy who wrote Innovator's Dilemma, right? So the thing is, I have access to that because Harvard gave me that access. Similarly, because today you run one of the best colleges in the country, you will get access to the best professors. A certain percentage of students will be able to get into your physical classroom, and then you will be able to give access to a lot more people to that level of education at their own pace in their homes and offices. So I think it is a multiplier. So I feel that for large institutions who are extremely esteemed as yours is, I think digital is going to be a multiplier to your business rather than be competition to your business.
Sure. Thanks, Vivek. Thanks for enlightenment. Thank you.
A very effective model. The only thing, Shilpa, is that I think it's very, very important that your faculty or your sort of board of advisors are able to get the right industry practitioners, right? Because I think
yes, sir.
So it's very, very critical that you build up that bridge and you have cutting edge and you keep it updated all the time. Because the biggest problem is that when I used to have a narrative to sell something 1 year ago, it's very different than what I sold 6 months ago, and it's very different than what I'm selling today.
Yeah.
What I think is that if I said something 5 years ago, it's probably irrelevant today. What I said last year is irrelevant right now. In fact, whatever we've said, anything beyond 3 months is no longer relevant for the future. So I think constantly updating the information is going to be very critical. So I think the best way to do this is to have a third party whose role is only to keep abreast of the latest management practices which are being followed by companies today, and what are being sold, and they are able to constantly update that information. So the academia industry partnership, I've seen that it fails because what happens is somebody will come together with a school and then they will keep the same content there for 5 years, right? But content has to change every 3 months. So unfortunately, I've seen this, that I've gone and seen the industry partnership where the video was given 5 years ago and this video has zero relevance today. So how do you keep your thing updated? And it's almost like you're going to the same guy every 3 months and say, okay, you know what, you said this 3 months ago, do you still feel it's relevant or you want to re-record a video? And 99% of the guys will say, okay, I'm going to re-record the video because what I said 3 months ago is no longer relevant. So the speed of change has to be constantly synced, and that's what we do in companies, and that's what education and the academic institutions also need to do to keep themselves updated.